midwives receive a basic curriculum in breastfeeding education, and so we're working to strengthen that to make sure that they get not only the didactic information about that, but that they're also become skilled in working with mothers clinically as well, actually real life, not just the dynamics of what's the physiology of breastfeeding, but also knowing like how can I actively support a woman in breastfeeding. So I think that the investment in breastfeeding education can really help to improve maternal as well as infant health, because if we educate the midwives to think about breastfeeding and to understand what an important and critical role that breastfeeding plays in the health of the mother and the baby, and that they treat that as something to protect, but also as an intervention. Just as if mother is bleeding, that we would give her a medication in order to stop her bleeding, this is something that we can assist the mother to give to her baby, so that the baby gains all the benefits from breastfeeding throughout its lifespan. And we know that that's so important for the mother, because when she breastfeeds in that first hour, that actually helps her to stop bleeding herself. So it's actually a mother nature's way of assisting in preventing postpartum hemorrhage, immediate postpartum hemorrhage. And we also know that it then not only does it benefit the baby initially with the breastfeeding, but it continues to have lifelong effects for that baby throughout its lifespan. So we know that the rates of diabetes are lower in babies that have been breastfed. We actually know that the cognitive development is higher, so IQ levels are a few points higher for babies who have been breastfed. I mean, there's a whole parameter of things. They have fewer infections and that. We also know, surprisingly enough, maybe not so surprising, but that mothers themselves who have breastfed actually have better health outcomes also. So we have lower rates of breast cancer in women who have breastfed their infants than for women who have chosen not to. ICM doesn't work in a silo. We really do believe that the way we move forward is working. Our first partnership as midwives are with the women that we work with. But as an organization, we know that our second partnership is the ICM as an organization working with our midwife associations around the world. But beyond that, we also believe in working with other partners around the world. One of our greatest partnerships right now is with WABA, the World Alliance for Breastfeeding Action. We are working hard in order to partner with them in order to improve the education to the midwives around the world. And one way that we're doing that is we have cooperated with them, partnered with them, so that we have this year we brought in 4 of our young midwife leaders who came to their breastfeeding advocacy and practice course, which is a 2-week training that was held in Penang. They got not only breastfeeding didactic information, but they also got clinically, they were able to practice with women in the clinical setting, with the nutrition experts, with lactation consultants, in order to assist them in building their breastfeeding skills. And the beauty of that, though, is not just that those young midwife leaders are going to take those skills back to their communities as clinicians, but also they all came up with action plans of how they're then going to share that information with other midwives in their communities, so that the information can continue to grow and get out into the larger communities.